The meeting protocol module. This is actually a fairly short and straightforward module. Should only be a couple minutes. Meeting and events. I'll go over this real quickly again. Like I said before, events are for an external audience and meetings internal audience. So the internal audience includes group business, voting, planning events, things like that, meetings with your advisors, those types of things. Meetings do still need to be open to the public as events are, um, but really the way you promote them is different and things like that. You don't need to have posters up, obviously, for your group meetings or your voting or your planning of events. The room reservation for meetings is a little bit different. There's no event planning form or anything like that. All you have to do is go here to the student org page and then to this site, which I'll have a link to at the bottom of this module. I suppose I'll call them the index. Um, but it's a simple web form that you fill out. You let us know what time your meeting is going to be, the number of people, and one of the student assistants in the front will work on trying to find a room that doesn't have a conflict that works for your needs. Really, what this module is about, though, is to remind you all that meetings are a good way, certainly, to plan events, to vote, things like that. I would advise not meeting just for the sake of meeting. It's important to have an agenda so that everything stays on task and you guys are actually getting stuff done in your meetings. Another bit of advice is that it might not be a bad thing to meet regularly. Now, by regular, I don't mean every week necessarily, but to have regular meetings with your faculty advisors. I really do think they're a good resource for planning events, setting out a schedule for the semester or for the year, and then also making contacts in the various communities that you guys are interested in. The other part that is quite important is really record keeping. So keeping minutes, certainly, so that you are able to go back and the next e-board after you is able to go back and see why things were done the way they are. So there's not a lot of reinventing the wheel. Another problem is that if you don't keep good records, then every e-board that comes in, they have to figure out things like their copy code or how to do re-registration. They have to figure these things out from scratch each year. And you're much better off having a Google Doc file or something in Dropbox, really wherever you'd like to have the file, where you have just student org procedures, maybe some reasonings on the different decisions you guys have made, if you've adjusted your bylaws or something like that, maybe plans that you've made with your faculty advisor, or even projected plans that you'd like to see events that you'd like to see take place, or the way that you'd like to see the org grow into the future. All of those things I think could really be helpful in trying to grow a student org, so that future generations don't have to start over from scratch every time. I suppose the other important part of the record keeping is really so that you guys don't miss deadlines and things like that. So my recommendation, keep minutes, keep a file for the e-boards that includes copy codes, re-registration deadlines, event procedures, stumbling blocks that you found in planning events, those types of things. I think that would be quite useful for you guys going forward. Other than that, that's really all I have to say about meeting protocols. And the next module should be on promotion, I do believe.